Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvanna. I have Dan Schultz here to my left, Mike Godwin to my right. It was a good week in basketball.
Good morning.
We have,
You too.
oh thank you. Unless you're watching this in the afternoon or the evening.
Well, I was saying good morning. Good.
It's
afternoon.
it's 12:01, so it's not good morning anymore. It's good
It
afternoon.
is to you because you probably just woke up.
That's not true.
You just woke up.
That's not true.
What time did you wake up?
I don't know.
Guys, we didn't even get started on
Why is he
the
grilling
we
me
didn't
over
even get
here?
started on the games yet.
I know. Why would he ask that? No.
This will be our last B Division recap video until after the All-Star break. So let's start right off with what a lot of people would have thought was the shocker of the week, but I believe I correctly picked Prestige Worldwide to beat Doc's Old Guy
In
All-Stars.
sarcastic fashion in hopes of trying to motivate Dog's Old Guy off.
You would steal my thunder after I
Just
make
call
that
'em
great
dogs.
pick. How many times have I picked Prestige Worldwide all season? How many times have I picked them?
None, but that's only because
One time and I was right.
you need to do
Dan,
that.
don't get fired up
You
now.
need
This
to-
is your time to smile,
You need to
look
do
at that
that.
camera, say anything you want to Doc's Old Guys All-Stars, which we know
Honestly.
you're not that kind of guy.
Honestly, I saw the score and I thought it was wrong. I thought it got flip-flopped somehow. I did. I
How did the
thought.
faculty do this weekend? Well, let's get to that.
We'll get to this. We'll get to that game.
Okay.
Dan,
Just check.
now there was a lot of talk, and there was a big breaking news story this past week that our good friend Alan from Doc's Old Guys All Stars actually he found out. He did the whole thing where there was actually talk that you were adjusting the rims, and then a picture surfaced. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
I just want to apologize to the league. I feel
You got
really
caught
bad.
red-handed. There's no way.
At the same time, no, I'm
No
gonna,
way
I'm
you
gonna
can
be
get out of
I'm
this.
gonna be truthful to the American people as well as to the people in the league.
American
It
people,
needed
which means
it needed to be done. I said it on the page. It needed to be done. The fact that I remembered to bring a ladder to jump off of with my cartoon tool. I'm sorry, I can't even keep a straight face. The cartoon tool that I used in order to adjust the rims. I mean, I'm just so glad I remembered that. I'm so glad I used Safety Protocol 101 for how to properly fix those rims. And I think it showed this
It
week.
helped.
It definitely helped.
Did you have any accomplices? The person who was your lookout.
There was
the
some
corner,
guy
or
in
the other
the
person
corner.
who was holding
There was a
the
mysterious
ladder.
There was
figure.
one guy holding the ladder and
There was one guy holding the ladder.
one guy in the
We
corner.
don't know if that was a guy. I think I just brought a spare arm that I had to hold it up,
Okay.
And then there was one guy in the corner. I didn't see him. I don't know how because the lights were on. You just have to look over
Dan
the
the
corner
tool
and see him.
man. Huh?
Yeah, but
Dan
I
the
was.
tool man.
I had to jump off the ladder. I had to get off my tippy toes a little bit and use my cartoon tool belt. But I think I did. Everyone seemed
You
to
keep
shoot
talking
pretty
about
well.
that cartoon tool belt, but it had every tool in there.
No, it
that you
did.
needed.
I
Every
talked.
tool.
Listen, I talked to my guy Bob the builder. He helped me out. He hooked me up, and it was great. And I think everyone benefited as a result. I think people shot pretty well this week from there.
I mean, this was actually the score I was expecting
Yes.
after
Oh.
what you did to the rims.
Yes, absolutely.
40-32 in favor of Prestige Worldwide.
Burger.
Dan,
That's 1 point over what we average overall.
how
But did
did Prestige Worldwide do it this week?
you adjust the rim so Doc's All Stars could make a three?
It was on there, so yeah.
You put a lid on there
For the second half,
I think
they-
you switched. Didn't you do something in the middle of the game too?
yeah, in the middle of the game, I got my ladder, I got my tool belt, I adjusted it because that was the side that they shot on the second half. So yeah, how we did it, that's obviously, the biggest reason why. Number two would be thanks to Gavin Bethel for bulletin board material. All my team saw that, really appreciated it, really liked getting the motivation up there. And team defense, our game plan was, listen, we know this court, we played on this court for 5 games already, or four or 5 games, whatever. Let them shoot. Let them prove that they can shoot from outside. If they can hit an outside jump shot consistently, okay. Because I think in the past, we would see someone hit an outside jump shot, a 3, and we'd be like, oh crap, we got to change it up. Instead of just being like, okay, they'll hit one once in a while, whatever. So we just let them shoot from outside, and as a result, they went 2 of 16 from 3.
Dan, I'm not sure if it's your tone or what it is, but it's starting. I feel like you're giving like an award speech.
I'm not trying to come across as that. I'm just saying.
You're thanking the people.
No, you need
You're-
the air
you're-
time.
I'm not thanking the people. I was telling people what happened.
This
with
video
the
is
rims.
now already longer than 8 minutes.
All right, well, you're the ones that brought up the. Listen, you're the one who brought up Rimgate over here, okay? Rimgate, I needed to address it so I don't get impeached or I have to resign or something like that.
Listen, there's one player on here I want to look at, I want to point out. Allen, who did all his homework this week, but do you think he was spending too much time bringing us the news instead of practicing his basketball?
I think that's fair to say. Now I gotta say, I took like
Great report.
I took a career low 2 shots in this game, and I think you gotta give. Kayla Miller was D'ing me up this game.
There was actually a nice picture of that.
There was a good picture of that. I think you got to pin this loss on her because if she would have let me shoot more, I probably would have made those shots, and I probably would have passed down low to my teammates and took much better, more efficient shots. So I think if you're going to look at one person on the Dogs Old Guy All Stars, you got to look at the
Why do you
youngest
keep calling
person.
them dogs?
Wait,
You keep
Dogs.
saying dogs,
I say-
old guy, all
Do I say Dogs Old Guy All Stars?
Well,
No.
it goes on their DOGAS.
Yeah, Dogs Old Guy All
Dogas.
Stars. Maybe I'm saying
Dogas.
Dogs. No.
No, you're saying
No,
dogs.
is
You're
it-
calling them dogs.
Okay.
All right, we've already spent too much time
It's a
on
Freudian
this.
slip. I
I want
apologize.
to point out one standout player from Prestige Worldwide, probably the one that put them over the top here. 4 for 10 shooting, 2 for 3 from the 3-point line. I mean, yeah, you expect a few more rebounds out of him, only 3. But looks like he had one of their only assists on the whole game.
Yeah.
10 points.
We have
though.
one assist.
10
Yeah.
points.
Sharing the ball.
I can believe it.
Who's that player?
That's
TJ
that'd be you, DJ.
Mason.
Oh man, 4-6.
You were
4-6,
4-6, not 4-10.
6. Come on, dude.
What are you looking
No,
at?
I said 4-6 for 10. 10 points.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
No, you
Yeah, I
10
thought you
points.
said.
Yeah, he's definitely the difference maker in
You
the
said
game.
4 or
I'd say.
10.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Because if
All
you
right.
didn't have your 10, you lose by 2.
Prestige Worldwide gets probably their only one of the season.
How dare you?
But every
See,
team
there
needs
it
one.
is.
Every team needs one.
There it is.
Docs is nice
See,
enough to give
that's
you
the
guys
kind of
one.
respect
I
we
think we're
get.
not doing a preview because you know who you play next?
Old school, right?
No, you play the faculty.
I can't wait.
Aren't you ready?
Can't wait. I mean, my Bart Scott voice.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Next up-
Can't wait to do that preview.
Next up, we have Old School versus Wait For It. Wait For It clearly dominated this game, winning 49-34. John Rodowski has really been struggling this season.
Still made the All-Star team.
Listen, I told John before the game, I said, the way you've been playing lately, I had dreams of one day telling my children, my grandchildren, about the games that I saw John Rodowski play in, kind of like Will Chamberlain. I can't say that right now. He was 4 of 16 last week. He's 4 of 15 this week.
Wilt went downhill at one point, too.
That's true.
Do you think John, he's hit that?
Are you putting him in the like
He's
time to
retired.
retire category?
Well, he's younger than me, so that would seem a little.
Well, I mean, Greg Oden, though. Greg Oden, he's a big guy. He had a lot of
That's
issues.
true.
He's
and,
back.
and John does look like
Yeah,
John
but
looks
he's
like
shelved himself.
Yeah, and John does look like he's about 50 years old. So I think he's got to consider it because that shooting percentage. It just makes my eyes hurt just thinking, and just my mind hurt thinking about it. And it pains me.
Dan. Do we need to get on and look at your shooting percentage?
We don't have to do that. Chris Ben, 18 points, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 4 rebounds. He's a
And
difference
he
maker.
struggled last week, so it looks like he's back on track. He's allowed to have one off game.
Yep.
John Rodowski's only allowed to have 3 off games, and I think he's already had them all for the season. John, like we said in the past, stay away from that 3-point line. 0 for 1. Need to just
That's
abandon
good.
it.
He tempered it a little bit. He took 4 threes last week, I think. So we're taking one. We'll take that.
But big game for Wes Huntoon. 15 points. Had almost half their points.
You know, we always tell John to stay away from the 3-pointer, but I think he made like 4 or 5 against us.
He did. He was shooting out of his mind every once in a while. He probably blacked out.
Doesn't remember it at all.
Next up, which I think it's safe to call this the all-hype game, Elite versus In the Mix.
I heard so much crap over the last few weeks about when I kept saying In the Mix was going to beat Elite. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, Elite's number 1 in this, Elite's number 1 in that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, listen, I just think I think In the Mix is better than Elite. I think they're going to take them. Look what happened.
I'm glad Dave's not someone that clicks when he gets something right.
No, usually I'm not, but when I get, crap thrown my way about it, I have no problem dishing it right back because In the Mix, they are a very good team. And I was tired of seeing them disrespected on this show by you guys saying that Elite was better than them. just
I
because
picked In the
they're
Mix to win this
undefeated.
game.
When you pick that in the mix, I meant mainly him. In
I
the
did
mix.
pick a lead. They let me down big time.
Thank you. At least you can own up to your mistake. That's good.
They let
We're
me
making
down.
progress. Yeah.
It's not my mistake. Because they let me down.
See what's going on here. It's a pride.
They
now.
let me down.
Can't-
That's all it is to it. Was this a run and gun game? I mean, total
5 of 33 from 3.
158 shots total between
Yeah.
both teams.
Holy cow. 5 of 33 from 3 from the lead. Holy.
Were they shooting half quarters?
Looks like it.
Just to get as many shots up as possible.
Oh, God.
That is, I remember when we shot, the fact we shot like 70 something, 76 shots early in the season, we thought that was crazy. Both these teams,
Both
80 and
teams.
78. But you look at some of the players, let me go over Elite first. You have Malcolm Weaver with 17, Alex Vasquez with 20. Both of them, it took them 20 shots to get there. Darnell Newman with 10 points, and Troy Madison,
12 and 11.
0 for
double?
7 from 3 though.
Oh, that's
Troy,
the first thing you got to bring up.
Troy, get
Despite
off.
the fact that he had 12 and 11.
He's serving double doubles now. You can't talk about 0
Show
for 7 from 3
some
when you're serving
respect.
double doubles.
For once in your life, show some respect.
If Troy makes all of them,
Double
they
double.
win that game. If he goes 7 for 7 from the 3-point line, do they not win?
That's the only thing that separates this game. Is if he goes 7 for 7 from 3, which is a very possible stat. Many people go 7 of 7 from 3.
But I am impressed that they actually have a farm system. So I saw Troy's son was there, 4 years old. I think he can dribble better than all three of us already.
Probably. I'm not a very
So-
good dribbler.
Give a lot of credit to Moses Denby, 30 points, 7
Moses
assists,
goes off this game.
6 rebounds,
Taquan
leading his
serving
people to
double
the promised
doubles.
land.
That's covered there.
That was clever, wasn't it? Just thought of that. Daquan Peterson, 17 points, 13 rebounds, not the best shooting game, but he's still an important player. And then Ernest Watson with 14 rebounds. So, overall, good game. Again, I'd like to congratulate myself as well as Dave for picking in the mix. It was a gutsy pick, and I'm glad we came through and we won.
No, I went to school with.
But the good news is everyone can relive this game on YouTube. It'll probably be up by the end of today.
Awesome.
Which
We can
today
see
is
all those-
Tuesday, so.
We can see
I
the.
went to school with 4 of the in the mix guys, and I picked against them. And I just have to apologize to them. I have to apologize because I won't do it again. Let me down big time.
So you wanted Elite to win.
Hmm?
So you wanted Elite to win.
No, I mean, you guys weren't giving them any credit, so I gave them some credit, and they let me down.
Just think-
Can't pick against
think
my
we had
AI
a
boys
better
anymore.
better pulse on the league grade at this point. With
I can't pick against my AI boys.
I don't know.
Next up, we have Team Battlefield versus Fireballers.
Team Tyre.
First of all, no, I look at this and I see disappointment.
Team
I wanted
Tyre.
Tyre to drop 40 to 50. I think I said he was going to drop 30 plus.
You know what we should have done?
And he
We
only
should have
gets
had
24.
him. We should have had. Now we were talking about have Tyre go 1-on-1 with JP. Tyre would have edged him out by 1 point.
Yeah.
24,
by 1, 24,
23.
23.
Man, what a game that would have been.
Now, looks like Tyre got a little more help this week. Tevin, 14 points.
And that's it.
Oh, Rashad at 9.
Rashad at 9.
Rashad at 9. Good game by him. 9 and 5. 5 is. I don't know. Tevin with 5 assists. 14, 5, 5. So, good games by those players. You look at the.
Rashad hit those 3 threes 3 straight times down the floor.
Here's the thing I gotta say though, I think both, this game showed that both Tyre and JP Hurley are slowing down. 11 of 29 from the field from Tyre, 8 of 31 for JP.
I
They
mean,
need- they
I'm
need
sure
more shots
JP
to
was
get
just
there.
trying to get them back in the game.
You're
Yeah,
talking
shoot
about
himself,
two
shoot himself out of the slump.
B Division All Stars.
I know, I'm aware of that. I'm just saying they might be slowing down based on their shooting percentages. Just a theory, just throwing it out there. Not saying it's true, just
Do
throwing
you have
it out
any
there.
evidence
I have statistical evidence that I just
for
said.
one game?
Did you realize now,
Yes.
though,
You ever had an off game thing?
No.
yes, a stat that really stands out to me is that when Rudy Enriquez scores, the Fireballers are 1 and 2.
That is a good
When
stat.
Rudy Enriquez
I
scores.
saw Rudy Enriquez shoot a shot and it hit the side of the back.
Yeah, I saw
Are you sure it
that.
wasn't like an alley-oop pass to JP? That just was something.
I don't know if the backboard moved when he shot it. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
It just could have been a little off-target pass.
It might. I wouldn't chalk it up to that a pass.
I think JP was going for a Kobe 80-point game, and he just came up 57 points short. just came up.
So disrespectful. You are talking about a B Division All-Star right now. And actually, you might get to see it later. JP might crack my starting 5 on my All-Star team when I get to select it. I'm going to crack my starting 5.
You do that just to...
Me and Dave did a couple mock drafts.
Yeah, we did a couple mock drafts already. But we'll talk about
Our
that later.
teams would be 2-0 by the end of the weekend.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Sorry.
Next up,
Another good pick.
in which was
Another
the
good
game.
pick. How do I do it? Dave, how do I do it? Dave, like, how do I do it?
You showed no loyalty is how you did this.
How do I do it?
Can I at least say who's playing so
Go
I know
ahead.
what you're talking
No,
about?
Please, tell the people.
Next up, J Squad versus Wild Style, in which was clearly a match for the number 1 seed.
Who is
Yes.
your number 1 now, Dan?
Oh, come on. Is that even a question?
It's,
gotta be
yeah, it's
prestige-
actually a great
it's gotta
question.
Be prestige worldwide.
It's a great question.
Such a-
It's gotta be prestige worldwide. It has to be.
We need to hire someone else for power rankings.
I
It's
called
not
this
working
game. I called it. I just want everyone to know I called this right. Wild Style over J Squad by 3.
So
Can I ask you a
now-
question?
Now you'll probably put in the mix in front of Wild Style.
Probably.
Yeah.
Why did you have Wild Style as your number 1 team?
Because no one had beaten J Squad yet, and J Squad had made it to the finals last year. Until you knock.
But
until you
no
give them
one,
a loss.
but only one team ever had beaten Wild Style.
Irrelevant. That doesn't matter. J Squad hadn't lost a game. They made it to the finals.
Okay, but
The team
going
they made it
by
to the finals against was in the A division.
your
No one
argument,
was beating them.
why did you pick Wild Style in this game?
Just because I like Wild Style's supporting cast a lot more. I've given them a lot of crap in the past.
So
for
then
it.
why weren't they number 1 in the rankings?
We're going in circles here. I just saw. I think
You're
I
going in
said-
circles. I want an answer for Wild Style.
You need to calm down right now
No,
before I
I-
answer that. I think
Dan.
Wild Style is number 1 now. I had J Squad at number again. It's just pure logic. It's common sense. No one had beaten J Squad yet. They made it to the finals with basically the same team from last year. Why would you knock them off? Why would you knock them anywhere below number 1 until they get lost?
lost you, Dan.
That's a gain for them in the long run. Trust me. That's not a loss. Based on my shooting this year, it's a big gain for them.
Do you think they realized you were going to have an all season?
Probably. They
Yeah.
tell me.
They could probably see it.
They invited me back, but yeah, that makes sense.
They could probably see it coming.
Yeah.
I mean, Ted does a lot of homework
Yes,
on,
he does.
how the team's doing. But, credit, I don't think we give enough credit to Wild Style's defense. We always talk about how Damian Ware, top scorer, he did it again this week, 10 for 10 from the free throw line. Maybe him versus John Bird in a free throw shootout. But,
Can't wait to see it.
You know what's funny? I just gave credit to Wild Style's supporting cast, and then I looked down, and Damian Ware and Martin Mincy combined for 45 of their 49 points.
That's because Brian Avant had an off shooting game, which happens.
that's
What?
why I was trying to give credit to their supporting cast defense.
So they're a 3-man team.
I'm sure he played.
We're going to
Yes.
2-man team this week.
No, they're a 5-man team. There's 5 guys on the court.
Is there?
Yeah.
Can we confirm that?
Yeah, you can. 5 on 5.
Good news is Lance Johnson is looking like the old Lance Johnson
Yes.
before the injury.
Yes.
And that is more important than a win here for J Squad.
Oh,
Because if he's 100% in the playoffs, this team can do some real damage.
Absolutely.
I was
He's
sitting there-
100% in the playoffs. Wild Style still.
I was sitting there trying to explain to Mike how Lance Johnson is one of the top players in the B division at 100%. And I think Mike's going to start to see that soon. Start to see it real
I
soon.
want him to show.
But, this was just a great game all around. I really don't want to take anything away from either team. 49-46. J Squad had a chance at the end. The game went back and forth a few times. This could be a championship matchup.
Could
A little preview. So who knows? Maybe J Squad will get their revenge when it counts and raise that trophy up.
There it is. You had to get your shot in somehow.
Can
Are
you
these the
see?
two- are
Can you
these-
see, like? I'm gonna keep
Are you
when
interrupting me?
when J Squad plays for the championship. I know they lost this game, but when they play for the championship, we're gonna have like a whole party bus ready, filled with champagne,
For the team that they're playing.
and we're gonna name that bus the Ted.
The Ted.
The Ted. I've
If you
decided.
go- If you go off history,
I've decided.
if you go off history, you're gonna have a second place bus for them.
I feel like they're gonna get over the hump this
So
season.
these are 2 best defensive teams in the league in the B division.
Hey, J Squad.
Yes, they probably are.
Hey, J Squad, have they met their quota for second place jokes yet? Because I think that's like.
I didn't make any second place jokes.
Okay.
Well, Dan,
I talked about them celebrating after the game.
you know what,
That
Dan?
means they won.
I've just been thinking. Maybe they got rid of you.
You've just been thinking? That's good.
Maybe they got rid of you because they knew they could win a championship and you didn't show up. Kind of like your championship, you weren't there. Remember your floating head?
Well, yeah. Well, that was on Hasselhoff. Yeah. But
And then you were there for J Squad and you lost it. They said maybe if we get rid of Dan and he's not here, we'll win one.
It's a foolproof theory. Gotta give them that.
Nope, there's proof
There's
behind
no
it.
way.
We can pull up a picture with a floating head of Dan. Floating head in the championship.
No.
ring.
By foolproof, I mean it's a great theory. Like you can't poke any holes in it. That's what I meant.
Okay.
That's what foolproof means.
Now, regardless, Dan has a championship under his belt, a second place finish last season under his belt, and next up we have Delaware versus Hog Mob.
Great transition.
Now, when we look at Delaware, at first when I saw the score flash across on the little ESPN news feed that comes across my TV at home, I was like, there has to be something wrong with Delaware only putting up. Like I could see Hog Mob winning. I don't remember if I predicted them. I know I predicted a
I
close
know I
game.
did.
I think I might have predicted Delaware, but when I saw his score come across my screen, and then I saw all these DNPs next to Joe Walsh, Tom Walsh, Bill. I saw these dudes did not play, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? Did they?
They ran away.
Where do you think they all went together?
Probably to, I don't know. I would say vacation, but we've already said that joke a lot. So I don't know where they went.
Just an extended break because the All-Star game's coming up. Maybe they were resting for the All-Star game. Because aren't two of their players on the All-Star game?
Yeah, Joe and Bill.
Joe and Bill.
Maybe they didn't want to have bad games.
Yeah, to get themselves knocked out.
There it is.
See, they were listening to us. They were listening.
Been it.
We look at the Hog Mob, and we have Steve Tanser, 16 points, 4 for 6 from the 3-point line. Very good game for him. Mason Ford, 10 points. Don Robinson, 11. Don's not doing the scoring that he's done in the past,
No,
but
not even close. Not even close.
Is that the reason why they're 2 and 4?
they're on a 2-game win streak.
I know they are. I picked them both times.
All right,
Whoa. Everyone just
Dan only decides to pick them after they beat his team.
Stop. I am a huge Hog Mob fan.
Mhm.
I'm a huge Hog Mob fan. I will not take that.
I will not pick against Hog Mob again for the rest of the season,
I might be with you, but I
except
don't know.
when they play
Depends who they play.
the faculty in the championship.
I have dreams too. I think, Hog Mob is back.
I will not pick against them ever.
Hog
again.
Mob is back, Dave. They're back.
2-game win streak. It's hard to argue that.
Yeah.
Next up, in what was actually a great game, Hot Shots versus
Great.
the Faculty. The Faculty was leading for this entire game until there was probably about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
I honestly gotta say, this is the most physical game I've ever played in my life, I think.
It was a physical game. Credit to Hot Shots. They made the shots at the end of the game. They made their free throws to close it out. The Faculty had a couple opportunities. I missed a wide open 3-pointer, which would have either tied it or taken a 1-point lead.
I missed a 3-pointer by a lot.
But you guys, you got to give a lot of credit to John Rodriguez. 18 points. He was 3 turnovers shy of a triple double. 18
There he
points,
is.
14 rebounds, 7 turnovers. Nearly a triple double. That's huge for you guys. You need that. You need that.
Well,
strength. You need that
some of
that
John's
ball.
turnovers I would call
You've
them
been taking
questionable.
shots at all stars.
Hmm?
You've taken a shot, I think, at every all-star in this league.
You're not mad right now, though.
No, I'm not. No,
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
not
was just-
mad. I'm just saying
I'm just
you're
checking.
taking shots at the wrong players.
I'm just checking. I'm not. No, I said he got a near triple double. How's that
If you're
taking a
gonna
shot?
take a shot, you gotta take a shot at Andrew Healy. 0 for the game.
0 for 0. 0 for 0.
0 for 0.
If you look at this game, you look at the rebounds. Hot Shots clearly won this game on the offensive glass, 22-5.
Yeah.
The Faculty are missing their 3 biggest guys. Shane,
As-
Don, and
as
JD.
usual.
And
I
they
still-
killed us on his
I
band.
still think Shane Soudan does not exist. I don't think that is an
I'm gonna stop trying to talk to Shane through the video camera because it doesn't work. So I'm just gonna let it go.
You think he's not watching?
Shane, no, and I know he
He
watches.
watches.
No, he definitely watches. He just he tries to keep up with
There's
how
a
fast
rumor out
he's
there
doing.
that Don Potts, he hurt his eyes looking at this stat line, and he's not going to be available for next week.
I mean,
True?
Don had
Is that his new
Don
injury?
had a injured hammy the week before. Usually his injuries last 2 to 3 years. So I can just imagine if it's something serious, he could be out for 10 years. He could be out for 10 years.
Do you think?
So-
do you honestly think? You look at that game. Do you think the faculty is here to stay?
Guys, I'm looking at, just by looking at this sheet,
This is Mark London here, A division player.
Yeah, he just popped up.
Borderline.
I'm just
Speaking
looking at,
of
I
floating
can see,
heads.
I mean, the reason why the Falcons lost. And it's to the guy to the left of me.
Let me have it. Go ahead, Mark. Let me have it.
0 for 6?
I-
0 for 6.
I had a bad game shooting. There's no
He
denying
had
that.
4 rebounds and 6 assists. Now, where was he at on the court, everybody? Where?
You forgot my 2 turnovers.
He was there.
You forgot my 2 turnovers.
He had 1 point.
Mark, I don't care what you say, you got to give a lot of credit to the faculty and how they turn the ball over. 19 turnovers to 9 turnovers.
We
That's a
had, we
huge
did,
advantage.
we do want to take credit for a handful of assists for the hot shots.
Started a lot of fast breaks for him.
But you look at them, Mike Jones, monster game, 25 points, 9 rebounds. Dorian Temple, 15 points, 9 offensive rebounds, for a total of 13.
I could give you a boxing out demonstration after this is over if you want.
It didn't matter.
I mean, one thing I will say, though, is the Falcons look like they didn't have a couple big men here.
We had 0 size.
We
You know,
have any.
that's the one thing.
Zero.
Plus, too, there's, you know,
I think John.
I'm sorry, there's a couple
John
guys with hot
Rodriguez.
shots that, you know, Mr. Temple should be easily in the 8th division, and I'm going to put that out there.
Thank you,
So,
Mark.
Um,
So-
to me, I think he's a top 15
so-
player in the 8th division.
So if he's not there, we win. That's all there is to it.
Simple as that.
No.
But he was there,
That's-
and we lost. So faculty, they'll look to get back on track after the All-Star break.
Will
Definitely a physical.
Oh,
game.
we absolutely
they?
will.
Will they?
But I will say this, I think the Hot Shots would have won anyway, just because of Dave Morgana's poor performance.
This is
that's how it
years
is.
of pent up rage.
Yeah.
Of
This is
you
actually
taking
fun,
shots
ladies
at
and gentlemen.
him.
This is actually very fun to be on here for the first time.
Can we pull? Can we pull out Mark London his no show and his game 2 points in the A division?
We can go A division stats.
I mean, I already talked about it, but I'll pull
We
it back out for the B
definitely
division
talked
so
about
they
it.
know what kind of
Trust me,
credit he
guys,
has.
you know he
The
talked
A
about me.
division and the B division need to know about Mark London.
All right, well, Mark, thank you for joining us for the last 30 seconds
No
of this
problem,
video.
guys, no problem. Look, by the way, if you guys
You had a lot of great information to share.
Who's going to say
On this
something?
video.
Go ahead, what do
If you guys need anything, limousine service, everything, Ace Limousine, guys.
That's why.
Yeah, I'm going out for a plug.
Shameless
Oh,
plug.
don't go anywhere yet. We're gonna need you for the next one.
Okay.
Free marketing.
All right, that'll wrap it up this week for the recaps.
Dan, you okay?
Oh,
We're gonna have to start getting security
We won.
for just fans rushing the stage.
I know.
It's out of control. We need someone with a taser. And Mark tries to do that again. Zap it.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
video
legal.
that.
That's legal. You can do that.
Yeah, if he rushes the set.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Walkie-talkie kid.
You know what? Security. Chase him down and get him. So that'll wrap up our recaps. Real quick, just to touch on the B Division All-Stars. This weekend we have a 3-point shootout, which will qualifying round starts at 5:30. That'll go from 5:30 to about 6. Don't get here at 6 o'clock because we're going to be setting up for the B Division All-Star that game at that time. Top 6 that qualify in A and B shoot together for the 3-point shootout. Top 6 that qualify will shoot at halftime of the B Division game for the championship for 3-point. B Division game starts at 6:30. It'll run until 7:30. 7:30 to 8 will be the team shootout. 3 players from each team can participate in that. You have to have 3. And then A Division All-Star game will start at 8 o'clock. All right, anything for you guys?
Not so.
All right, that'll wrap it up. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's get our top teams real quick. Let's go top 4.
Let me get my stand.
Top 4 from the B Division.
Should I start? Or?
Sure.
I think at number 4 you gotta have procedural blind. At number 3, also you gotta consider procedural life for number 3. Okay, I'll stop. Number 4,
I'm just looking at your points for versus your points against.
Number 4, I'm just looking at the fact that he's lost against the Hot Shots and procedural life win this past weekend. I'm just focused on the now.
Did you guys
I'm
play
gonna
Hot Shots?
say we have not. Hot Shots A, we did not play an A division team.
Maybe you play Hot Shots yet?
Hot Shots yet? No.
Can you just give us the top 4?
Okay, I'm gonna go number 4. I'm gonna say Elite. Elite is my number 4 team all year long. I'm gonna stay with them at number 4, even though they lost. Number 3, I'm gonna put J Squad. Number 2, I'm gonna put in the mix. And number 1, I'm gonna put Wild Style.
Would you like to go next? or
That's
would you like
perfect
to-
I'll
top
go.
4. That's perfect top 4. You can't touch it. Can't touch it.
Well,
Can't beat it. I
let me
win.
count my teams here.
I win.
1,
I win
2,
the gold.
3, 4 teams. I'm gonna have to go. I'm mad. I'm mad.
I know what he's doing.
I'm mad at
Oh,
Elite.
I know what he's
I'm
gonna
mad at
do.
Elite.
He's gonna say what I don't want him to.
I gotta go Hot Shots B
Oh,
4
gosh.
because I'm mad at Elite.
Oh.
J Squad 3, in the mix 2, and Wild Style 1.
You're 75%.
It was pretty close. I'm actually very close. You already said 2 teams swapped. I do have Hot Shots B at my number 4 right now. Just the simple fact that Elite lost so bad. If it was a close game, I probably wouldn't have dropped them out of my top 4. But because they lost by like 15
I mean,
points.
if I wasn't mad at him, I'm kind of mad at Elite like he's mad at Bergen.
My number 3, I'm gonna go in the mix. I think J Squad beat in the mix. Was it J Squad or Wild Style?
Wild Style did.
Wild Style. I'm still keeping it in the mix. Number 3. I'm gonna go J Squad number 2 and Wild Style number 1. Wild Style, you know, they were the top. J Squad and Wild Style were the top 2 teams.
Yeah.
So all I'm doing is just flip flop.
That's understandable, I guess.
All right, that'll wrap it up for this week. Thanks for checking us out. Hopefully, we'll see a lot of you at the All Stars on Sunday.